My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Resident Evil Apocalypse. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But why is this movie called Apocalypse? Like, I feel like Nemesis is just the obvious title they should have gone with for this movie. But, anyways, this is my first time watching this movie after playing the games, and this movie tries to kind of do a take on Resident Evil 2 and 3, but once again, they just fail to understand this franchise. I'm going to sound like a broken record with every one of these reviews, but where's the survival horror? Where's the atmosphere? Why did they turn these movies into action movies? Just utterly baffling, and it's a shit film, to be honest. So let's begin by talking about the cast, and Mila Jovovich gives a typical Mila Jovovich performance. And what I mean by that is she sucks. She has no personality, no charisma. There's just no reason to like this character, and I'm baffled that they made her the face of this franchise. Like, why? Why would you do that? And you've got Sienna Guthrie here as Jill Valentine, and she's just a background character who just feels incredibly generic. She has nothing to do here despite being a major character from the games. So that's frustrating, and I didn't really care for her performance. And yeah, it's really unfortunate. We then got Sophie Vavassio, who does a serviceable job, I guess. Orbit Feel, Thomas Kretschmann, Jared Harris, not a great performance, but he did bring some personality to his character, and Mike Epps is serviceable. So the cast might be a little bit better than the original, but still not by much. And I do want to talk about the big Nemesis twist. Because, how the hell is this a twist? Like, at the end of the movie, when they reveal that it's the dude from the first movie, they're treating it like a big shocking revelation. But for the life of me, I don't understand why. At the end of the first movie, they said out loud, I want him in the Nemesis program. They repeat that clip like 2 times in this movie, and then they've got a guy named Nemesis going after Alice. So, like, did this twist surprise anyone? It's just so painfully obvious, and it really frustrates me too, because I feel like the fact that you have been turned into a monster and you're being controlled against your will is a really frightening idea, but they don't tap into any of the psychological aspects of this. They don't tap into the horror, so what could have been a big standout aspect of this movie just feels half-assed. And as an action movie, it just feels pretty generic. Like, I'll give this movie some credit. It does have a few decent moments. I like the scene where Alice drives her bike through the church and rescues them. The scene where Alice is getting chased by Nemesis and she jumps into the garbage chute and she uses the garbage bin to protect her against a missile. Like, it's silly, but that scene is enjoyable. And I didn't even mind some aspects of the big climax and the final scene of the movie where Alex escapes the Umbrella Corporation. There's decent moments here, but just not nearly enough. As an overall movie, it just feels void of any soul or any personality, and it's just a really bland watch. You don't care for any of these characters, and there might be some interesting ideas, but the movie itself isn't interesting. And we do got a change in directors here. Paul W.S. Anderson did not direct this movie. It's Alexander Witt. And I thought he did an even worse job here. Like, too many cuts, I don't know, it's just some bland studio direction. Which, to my understanding, this guy directed Highlander, right? Let me double check that real quick. Alexander Witt. Oh, okay, maybe I was wrong. Was I? Oh no, you know what? I think I'm thinking about the director for Extinction. Maybe that's who I'm thinking about. Anyways, yeah, the direction is really weak. So it has its moments, but my goodness, I love this video game franchise. I love these characters. I love the atmosphere, and these movies just did everything wrong, and it's so baffling. But even as an individual action movie, it's so generic and bland that it doesn't stand out. So I'm going to give Resident Evil Apocalypse a 3 out of 10. Okay, this is going to be another difficult franchise to get through, but I do remember good things about Extinction, so hopefully that ends up being the case still. But Resident Evil Apocalypse, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.